Good morning everyone, and welcome back to Craft Eccentricity, and I'm up today with more from KSCRAFT, and yes, Halloween. Today I'm going to do the two potion bottles. You get a large and you get a small, so let's make both of them. Right, I'm going to be using my glue. I'm going to be using pumpkin coloured sequins. Yes, I am. This is my attempt at being sophisticated, yeah. We're going to have sophisticated Halloween, but don't worry because that won't last long. Right. And I've also done die cutting, and for the corks of the bottles, I'm popping that down there. Might need to pick it up actually. I'm using self-adhesive cork, which has, there we go, come from Dollar Tree. Whether the self-adhesive, when I peel it off, will still work remains to be seen, but I've got my glue anyway. But I have had that now for about 12 months, and I'm trying to remember what I purchased it for, because for the life of me I can't remember. And then my frames, as always, Dollar Tree foam board. I like it because it's not floppy, it's nice and stiff, and it gives you dimension. So I've cut those out. I've cut out my acetate pieces and just chopped off at the neck there. I hope you can see it. Maybe you can see it there. So that I didn't get like the whole bottle. I just wanted it up to its neck, but covering the aperture. So I've done that for the large, and I have also done that for the small. I might actually chop a bit more of that neck off. In fact, I think I will, because I don't want it sticking out too much. There we go. So I just pruned a bit off the neck, because you don't really need that. All you need is to be able to cover the aperture so your goodies don't drop out. Now you also get two little tags, and in a stamp set that I hauled and shared a couple of weeks ago, I took these two stamps. Now these are tiny, so I've got a little ghost and I've got a little pumpkin stamped on my tags, and if I hold that in my fingers you can see how small it is. So the joy of a camera for a close-up. I've done my frames in just heavyweight craft cardstock from Amazon, and this bit of cardstock, I don't know where it came from, but I found one small piece. And so I thought, right, I'm going to cut my bottle bases out of that. And it's also got a gloss to it. So it's like embossed glaze onto craft cardstock. I really like that. So I thought, yeah, that looks Halloween-y. So we'll use a bit of that. Right, so then we need to, first of all, do the bits that take the longest to dry. And that is the acetate to the foam. Because whenever you put glue on plastic, it's a non-absorbent surface, so it's just going to take a while to set. So just make sure that you're putting glue down on the area that would have your shaky bits. You don't have to go all the way up to the top. You're just creating a seal. There we go. Right, so now we've got our glue down. I'm just going to cap this off. I'm going to straighten myself up, and I'm going to pick my acetate up, and I'm hoping that each side is even, and I'm just going to pop that down on there, and I'm going to do the same with this one. I mean, to be honest with you, when bits of acetate are sticking out from the frame, it doesn't really bother me. I think it's a nice homemade touch. There. Right, so those need to dry, and I'll be back in a couple of minutes. Okay, so it's been a couple of minutes, but it's still a bit, you know, tacky, so it's not something I can play with. So I'm just going to go ahead and glue my frame tops on top, and then vanish for a couple of minutes and let the whole thing dry. I've got to tell you, I'm no good at holding a glue bottle very steady when I've got the object up in the air. But anyway, let's get this onto here. Just slide that into position. Now, Dollar Tree foam does set, you know, quite quickly when you glue something onto its surface. Right, so that's one little frame. I'll try and put my glue bottle and frame down for this one. So you just want to track all the way around. You don't want to use too much glue because you don't want it squidging out all over your acetate. And pop that one down again. Straighten it up. Right, now I have to let those dry, so I'll be back in a minute. Right, I think that they are sufficiently dry. I have given them a good old squish. So now our sort of potion apothecary bottles, we're going to flip them over. And I'm just looking at what I've got there. I've got a bit of white fluff. And that's what it looks like on the back. Now, you can make your shakers all different sorts of ways. Normally I would do it the front way and I put the frame down, but doing it like this doesn't bother me at all. Both are easy, and it's nice to do both so people can see that you can do both. So there they are, upside down, and as I said, I was being sophisticated. Sophisticated Halloween. Yeah, that makes me chuckle actually. And I'm just putting a little bit in because I still want to be able to see that pattern paper because I quite like it. Might go for one or two more. There we go. I'll just drop one on the desk so that one can go in as well. Just move that up and out of the way. So try to get your stuff into the middle where you're not going to accidentally slip with your glue. And then all you need to do is pop some glue on all the way around. And then we're going to go on with the back piece. And I'm not going to pick this up for about 5 minutes, so I'm going to vanish again. So just get the back section on and slide it on. And if you need to put a weight on top of it, then you know, go ahead and do that. Sometimes I use my old steel rule dies because of course our craft rooms are usually filled with them. I know a lot of people have actually sold theirs, but I refuse to sell mine because I love them. And I just know, you know, eventually I'm going to be getting out a piece of leather or tin or felt, and they're very useful when you want to cut substrates that are really quite thick or hard. Much better than, I call these cookie cutter dies. Right, and this one now goes onto here. So we just need to line that one up. You can pretty much tell you're lined up. Right, I'm smoothing that out before I come back and do my finishing touches, and we'll flip them over in a minute. Right, so here goes, and let's have a look at what we've got. There, we've got our little potion bottle. Let's get a nice close up there. We've got our pumpkin coloured sequins, and it is shaking all about. Same with the small one. Now I've cut this piece of twine and I want to pop this onto here. So I'm trying to think how I'm going to do it, because I do want a little bit that sticks out. I think I'm just going to wrap it around. Yeah, that's what I'm going to do. And then I'm going to pop some glue on there. And then you've seen me do this one, so what I'll do is I'll vanish and do the small one exactly the same and come right back. Okay, so now we've got our little twine wrapped bottles. I'll pick that one up. And I've just popped a little bit of garden twine around the neck. And now we need to pop our corks on, and I need to check to see if this old adhesive cork is still adhesive. Oh, and it is. So that's impressive. So now I need to get this on and do it the right way. So I've got a cork on my bottle. And it is quite adhesive actually for corky stuff. Don't know, I think I put that one on upside down. Yeah, I did. So don't put yours on upside down. So we've corked our bottles, and now all we need is a little bit of glue for our tags. So I'm putting the largest tag, which is the pumpkin one, and I'm just going to put a little blob of glue on there and then just set it at an angle. And I'm going to do the same with this one. I've got my little tiny ghost. Right, I'll let those dry and I'll be right back. Right, so that's all dry, and that is what I have for you today. You've got the little teeny weeny ghost, and you've got the little pumpkin on that label. Oh, let's get the camera right. There we go. We've got a few sequins, and we've got what I think is a really Halloween-y backdrop, that paper. I do like that. If I come across any more of that, I should be putting it into one of my card packs. But it was in my scrap box, so yeah, I really enjoyed that. Those are sweet and slightly sophisticated. That's what I'm going to say, just very slightly. Right, I thank you so much for joining me. As usual, all links below, and I'll be up again tomorrow. Have a wonderful day. Bye.